So Neville talking about wages to revenue ratio. This is really interesting because if you look at it from a business perspective, Daniel Levy is pulling a blinder. The wages to revenue ratio, so the percentages, remember, if I'm right on this now, I apologise if I'm wrong, I think FIFA wanted somewhere between 65 and 80% revenue to wages ratio. And Spurs are at 42%. 42% of Spurs wages get spent, 40% of Spurs revenue gets spent on wages. That's significantly lower than some other teams. So just to give you a rundown of the teams, Tottenham Hotspur spend 42% of their revenue on wages. Arsenal spend 53%, which is really good as well, to be fair to Arsenal. Manchester United spend 56% of their wages on, or excuse me, their revenue on wages. Manchester City 57%, although, you know. West Ham 58%. Liverpool, we spend 63% of our revenue on wages, according to the Deloitte Football Money League figures. Newcastle spend 68% of their revenue on wages. Chelsea 72%. And this one's actually, if I was a Villa fan, I'd be worried. Aston Villa spend 96% of their wages, or excuse me, of their revenue on wages. 96%. That is not a great figure. You know, as I mentioned, you want to be in and around the 60 to 70. That's healthy. Spurs are really good. Arsenal are really good. Hell, even United there are really good. But 96% of your revenue gone out on wages. That's nuts. That's a lot. And then if you look at that across transfer spending, which, you know, they've also put up here on Sky Sports, which, again, fair play, I think it's some good information. Manchester United have spent £1.09 billion since 2019 on transfers. They have received 285 and have a net spend of £810 million. So these are transfer spending since the summer of 2019. United's net spend £810 million. Chelsea's net spend £739 million. Spurs' net spend £576 million. Arsenal's £563 million. Newcastle's £409 million. West Ham £360 million. Aston Villa £334 million. Forest £265 million. Manchester City £258 million. And there's Liverpool, £212 million net. But don't worry, Dominic King and all the journalists think that's great and don't have anything to worry about. Not right, Dom? Me old mucker. We don't need to be worrying. Sure, FSG have it all in hand, don't they? But you covered the £77 tickets, Dom, so you're the real hero here, bro. That's shocking. Look at the difference there. 600 million net less spent than Manchester United since 2019. But you have to say the money we've spent has been far better spent. Even though it's a lot less, it's certainly done far more. So you got to give credit for the money we did spend. They've spent it well. Just hasn't been enough of it. Like, to see Chelsea have spent, now they've recouped a good bit of this back, but they've spent £1.6 billion sterling on transfers since 2019. Now they've recouped back $863 million, but that is a lot of change, a lot of money. Wow.